Okay, um, hello everyone. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever we're listening in from. I basically just want to say something. I kind of ed again. I just ended recently, and I would just like to share it. It's a topic bordering around, specifically for people in relationships or intending to enter relationship, marriage, any sort of relationship, but specifically marital relationship. So this individual was trying to share us a story about how she was able to undo some storms in her marriage and what has kept her going in her marriage. Now picture this as a king somewhere who gives you the backing, gives you the love, gives you whatever you ask for. He, he gives you the love. You feel so loved by this person. Then what do? You basically love this. So you and this king share a connection. Yeah. You share a connection with him. In fact, you don't even want to see anybody else. Like it's as if you're in a romantic relationship with this person. But you can't see this person. Now, that is God. You love him so much and he loves you so much. He gives you so much. Whenever you ask him something, he protects you, he supports you, he defends you. Imagine, I can't even count it. We have to recognize God's blessings in our life for us to know how much He really loves us. So, number one, if you do not recognize God's blessings in your life, you can't find love. Even if they give you love in the physical realm, you won't see it. So, until you recognize God's love in your life, only then will you be able to recognize the physical love. Now, number two is there's a kind of way. Now, this king, you both share a deep connection. Usually, it's you and this king. You talk one on one, like physically, but it's not in the physical realm. Now, he tells you that, my sweetheart, I've manifested myself into somebody. If it's a lady, I've manifested myself into this guy, just for you to feel the physical love, the tiniest bit of the love I have for you. I've manifested myself into this lady, so I want you to love him. And then you look at the guy, you look at the lady, and you're seeing that, yeah, he cares for you, he supports you, he tries. And God tells you, he's the one I want you to be with. And you can see that, okay, fine, he's trying. God tells you he's gonna try, but he won't give you everything, really. I'm the only one who can give you everything. Our connection will still be there, but just pour out the love you're giving me. Yeah, pour it out on him as well. And you said yes. And you said yes to him. You said yes to marriage. Yeah? That's number two. Now, let me try to bring this emphasis. Number one, I said if you're not able to recognize God's love in your life, you'll be able to recognize the physical love of your partner, and you'll be able to know your partner. Number one. Number two, you have to be able to appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so I said you have to be able to recognize it. Number two, you have to be able to give back to God. You have to love God back. You have to form that connection with God. No, nothing must break that connection. Number two, you have to give love to the person you said you should give love to. Yeah. Now, if at some point, yeah, you don't feel that love again, check yourself very well. It's because you don't feel loved by God again. I'm telling you. Because if you feel loved by God, you still feel loved here. Nothing would make you lose God's love. Yeah. Maybe because you've been withdrawn, you've lost connection with God. Now, so this lady was talking to us about how she was able to handle one big storm. So she noticed that her husband had started withdrawing the love. She does not feel loved again. What did she do? So she said she went back to God. I mean, they had the discussion. So she said she had a discussion with God, like one-on-one discussion. That, my king, my Lord, you had asked me to give this guy love. He's not giving me love back now. The love you are giving me is not giving me back. And God said, be patient, my sweetheart. He will give you the love. Knowing fully well, this king you're talking to is the domineering king, is the dominator. He only needs to say be, and it is. Now, when God tells you go and be patient, He will give you your love. What do? Do you leave? You can't leave. God has given you an instruction. I mean, He does not need to tell you, you would feel it in your heart. So she said, she basically asked that this guy does not love me. And then she's even responding to herself internal, like her mind is telling her, no, he loves you, he just needs to do this. So what really happened at that point is because I think he lost connection with God as well, because the two partners need to form some sort of connection with God. If the two partners do not form any connection with God, you're on your own, you're jonesing, you think you can do it on your own? Oh. You have to form that deep love, that deep connection with God. Until then, if you do not, you're playing. You're playing, because that marriage is not built on the foundation of God. It's God first. Any love you are feeling on earth, any love, God said is al-wadud. Yeah, any love you're feeling on earth is a manifestation of God's love in your life. So if you are feeling loved, if someone is loving you, it's called God has manifested Himself into that person. And if God has decided to remove Himself, if He has decided to demanifest Himself from that person, and the person is not showing you love again, what do? You ask God, what's happening? What's up? Why did you leave? Why am I not seeing you physically again? I can only feel you. But you said you're gonna manifest yourself into the person. So what happened? And maybe you can now see, oh God, I've lost connection with you. Truly, I don't feel loved again by you. Now let's rekindle our love again. And then it's at that point you will know that love will return back to the person. And this woman told us that was exactly what happened. At some point, she lost connection with God, and until when she was able to regain that deep connection and love with that person, was she able to rekindle her marriage. Yeah.